Here we have a pre-calculus problem. Okay, let's go with the information. Consider the functions below. F of x equals to cube root of x negative 1. G of x equals to x cube positive 1. Find each of the following if possible. If it is not possible, write none. Okay, the first question is f dot g. That is the symbol I have between f and g is the function composition symbol. So this we have to find the composition of two functions f and g. Okay, now let's answer the first question. That is we have to find the composition of two functions f and g. So for this one, we have formula that is f of g of x. So this is the formula we have to find the composition of two functions f and g. Okay, in the given information, we have the stuff that is equal to g of x, that is x cube positive 1. That we can plug in for g of x, that is x cube positive 1. Okay, now let's compare this one and this one. At the place of x, here we have x cube positive 1. So we have f of x that is equal to cube root of x negative 1. And what do we have for f of x cube positive 1? Since we have x cube positive 1 at the place of x, in this expression, we have to replace this x by this stuff x cube positive 1. Then I'm getting cube root of x cube positive 1. So I plug in this stuff for this x over here. And then I have to write this negative 1 as it is. So this positive and negative 1 will cancel. That is, it will become 0. Then we get cube root of x cube. So here the exponent 3 for x and this cube root will cancel out. I am getting x. So the result we get for the composition of two functions f dot g is x. Okay, now we have answered the first question. Now let's answer the second question. That is, we have to find the composition of the two functions g and f. That is g dot f. So for g dot f, again we can write the formula that is g of f of x. Okay, so for f of x, we know the stuff that is cube root of x negative 1. So that we can plug in for f of x over here. Then I'm getting g of cube root of x negative 1. Okay, now I got the g of cube root of x negative 1. Here I have g of x equals to x cube positive 1. So comparing this and this, I am getting cube root of x negative 1 at the place of x. So on the right side also, I have to replace this x by cube root of x negative 1 to get the stuff which is equal to this. Okay, now let me plug in this cube root of x negative 1 for this x over here. Then I'm getting cube root of x negative 1, the whole cube. And I'm writing this positive 1 as it is. Okay, here the cube root and this cube will cancel out. I'm getting just x negative 1, positive 1. This negative 1, positive 1 will cancel out. So I'm just getting x. So the result of g dot, the result of g dot f is x. Okay, now we have answered the second part of the question. Now let's go to the third part of the question. So that is, we have to evaluate the result of f dot g at x equals to 0. Already we got the result for f dot g in the first part, that is x. So now we have to evaluate this result at x equals to 0. Okay, now let me write the stuff over here. So f dot g of 0. So already we know that its result is just x. So for this x, we have to plug in 0 over here. So when I plug in 0 for x, then I'm getting 0. So the evaluation of f dot g of 0 is 0.